What are student organizations? Dutch student life is very much centered around student organizations. They help you meet new people and find extracurricular activities. A student organization is truly for students, by students. Even the board consists of students, so we decide what happens. In the Netherlands, this is how extracurricular activities are commonly organized. Student organizations have a connection with the university, but they operate independently and are not under control or ownership of the university. This is in contrast to many other student cultures, where universities typically have their own choir, orchestra, or sports team. In the Netherlands, the organizations are merely supported by the university, for example, via funding. Studying is your primary activity, but why not develop yourself in a different area? Or just have some plain fun? Student organizations allow you to make more of your time as a student.
So, what kind of organizations are there? In Utrecht, there is a student organisation for practically every interest imaginable. A typically Dutch category is a study association, linked to a specific study programme. The goal of a study association is to help students make the most of their study experience. Meet fellow students in an informal context like parties or social activities. Take part in trips and workshops linked to the academic field, or study-related activities. Almost every study programme has its own organisation. A membership gets you a discount on your books, but there is so much more. Study associations are very accessible. The only criterion for membership is that you follow the same degree. You probably already know some of the members, and if you want, you can have an active role, even in your first year.
If you're looking to meet like-minded students outside of your study program, there's a wide array of options as well. A great starting point would be a sports organization. There is a student organization for nearly every sport imaginable. These organizations usually have many teams and training sessions of different levels, so anyone can join. In addition to sports-related activities, the student organizations also offer social activities. They provide an excellent opportunity to build friendships and expand your social network. For those who have a strong interest in culture, you can look for a cultural organization. You can participate in a choir or an orchestra, art, or theater. There are organizations for all levels of experience, some with auditions and some without. One specific category of student associations is the social club, or Gezelligheidsvereniging.
Gezelligheid?
These organizations focus on meeting other students and building a network outside of your study program. There are many different student associations. Some have a long-standing tradition and value their traditions highly. They often have initiation rituals. These more traditional associations usually require their members to speak Dutch and focus on establishing a long-term network. As a result, they may not always be accessible to international students. But there's even more to tell. There are just so many different organizations, and it is difficult to neatly categorize them. There are organizations with a focus on internationalization, religions, personal development, LGBTQIA+ organizations, a vegan student organization, and more. All these organizations have activities that align with their specific identity, but they also organize many general social activities to encourage members to get to know each other.
What kind of activities are we talking about? All these organizations have activities that align with their specific identity, but they also organize many general social activities to encourage members to get to know one another. Depending on the kind of student organization you join, here are some examples of the activities they might host. Social drinks and parties, lectures and workshops, or even a conference. Social activities such as bowling, paintball or potluck dinners, trips around the Netherlands or abroad, and much more. Of course, the activities may vary per organization. The level of commitment can also vary. Some organizations may require participation in certain events. A sports team, for instance, may expect you to join the weekly training sessions. Most organizations are flexible and allow you to join an activity whenever it fits your schedule, whether it's every week or just once a month. There are activities for everyone.
So, how are they organised? Here is the rundown. The organisations are set up and maintained by students. The university facilitates them via funds, grants and sometimes a common room, but all the rest is organised by students. The organisations mostly rely on volunteers. Often they also ask members for a contribution or a membership fee. because the funding from the university is not enough to cover all the costs associated with organising activities. The collected funds are reinvested directly into the organisation, and the board is always accountable to the members, justifying how the money is spent. A student organisation usually has a board of 3 to 6 members responsible for the overall management and decision-making processes of the organisation. The students serving on this board take on various roles, such as the president, secretary, and treasurer. Other responsibilities are communication or activities, for example. The amount of time dedicated to these tasks varies depending on the size of the organisation. Being on the board of a smaller organisation may require around 10 hours per month, while a larger study association can be a full-time commitment. Student board members usually receive compensation from the university. However, this compensation is not considered a salary. It is still a voluntary job. It's a way to develop yourself beyond your academic studies, and it's called doing a board year. Depending on the amount of time required, they may study part-time or take a break. Because the board cannot do everything on their own, they are supported by committees. For example, committees can be responsible for organising trips abroad, assisting with social media, or arranging lectures or parties. When you join a committee, you become an active member. Organisations are very happy with anyone willing to help. As an active member, you are expected to attend meetings and occasionally work on tasks in your own time. The time commitment is often flexible. You can also join a board yourself. Ask the board of your organisation about their experience to find out what it involves.
So, why would you join a student organisation? To meet like-minded people and make friends. To acquire new skills such as collaboration, taking on responsibility, and organising events. And most importantly, to have fun. How do you join? Some have specific intake periods, like the start of the academic year, while others accept members year-round. Most organisations have a form on their website that you can fill out. Some may have capacity problems and maintain a waiting list, but most of them are constantly seeking new members. A good way to get to know any organisation is to check if they have events that are open to non-members. This could be an open training or a social activity. Get to know the people and the organisation to see if it fits you before you sign up. Have fun finding your organisation.